Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pod at the Nod. And the theme is Fun DMC with James on the end. And then we have Garrett in the middle. Share a microphone. This one's short.
That's what she said.
I'm short, I'm 5'6".
It's okay.
That's alright. Short and stubby. So guys, we just watched we've been watching public domain videos, and the first one, which is a popular one, is called Night of the Living Dead. What are your favorite memories from that movie? This is my first time seeing it, so
Really? That was your first time seeing it?
watching it.
Wow. Okay. How did you feel about it? Like it's your first time. Like I've seen it like a ridiculous amount of times. Hmm? Oh yeah. Sorry.
Well, I think they should have turned off the lights in the house, so they wouldn't cause distraction and be a little bit quieter. It'd be nice so the zombies won't hear them.
That would have been a lot smarter idea. Like them instead of arguing, constantly yelling.
Yeah, and they could have ate and used the restroom in that time period. They wouldn't be less stressed. After,
I'd be way too tense for that. I would not be able to use the restroom. I'd be way too scared. Anxiety would like be peaked. I'd be like, no, that can wait.
well, here's your, yes, so would. And then, when they got cooked in the truck and the zombies ate them, like the original food truck.
Yes.
But how are you, James? What do you think?
My favorite part of the movie is when the black guy smacked the shit out of the white girl, and she was like out of it for like a long time. She deserved it though,
Yeah.
because I would have done the same thing. But you can't do that nowadays, I guess.
No, you just can't.
Especially an old movie, and like that's probably like super controversial back in the day. A black guy hitting a white woman on screen. But that's what's cool about it. They're like they didn't care, I guess. Like
And
stuff like
that,
that.
the white dude got a bunch of knuckle sandwiches. I
Yeah.
can't believe how much he hit him.
Right.
Goes back to that food truck.
I gotta work.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
No, he fucking shot him.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
before he punched him a couple times.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah. And I'm glad that they taught you how to kill people on that with zombies, with headshots or blood force to the head or with fire.
Right. It was one of like the first zombie movies where they actually used tools and like stuff like that.
Indeed. Man, it was pretty scary and intense in some parts. Jordi Romero was pretty on point with those zombies.
I think he was. It was one of like the first ones where it actually went on to the beginning, like explaining what caused it and stuff like that, instead of leaving like a blank area of intrigue, I guess, where you could just like supplant your own idea. But like it kind of like explained the radiation and stuff like that. There's like a couple zombies with like radiation burns and stuff. They kind of look like that.
Speaking of radiation, I used to work at a cell phone store, and they put on like signs that if you stay here too long, you'll get radiation and it might cause cancer. I'm glad it only lasted 2 years.
I mean, you could have became a zombie.
That's true. It could have been 40 hours a week turned into a zombie there. And now people that have cell phones walk around like zombies. They're always on their phone. You kind of need a black guy to smack them around.
It was kind of like the best part of like early horror like this. It was mostly like a social commentary thing,
Yeah.
like a lot of pollution or fucking consumerism thing, especially with like Dawn. It was like it's centered in the mall and stuff like that, all about like human greed kind of thing.
Oh yeah. I remember them being in a mall. Now there can be. There's not a lot of malls left. It feels like The Walking Dead, and there's nothing happening. They're mostly taking place at outlets or online.
I'd rather be in the outlet store.
Yeah, well, I'd rather be in an outlet store too. Especially when it's in Augustine and Tanger one too, because there's Dave and Buster's.
I'd just rather go to Dave Buster's.
Yeah, I'd rather go to Dave and Buster's too. Eat and play all day. Eat and play all day. It sounds dirty. Eat and play.
It could definitely be dirtier. There's room to improve.
Yeah, true. I've never been to a Dave and Buster's. Do you like to go to Dave and Buster's?
Occasionally. It's been years though.
Indeed.
So if this was your first time seeing Night of the Living Dead, have you seen any of the other like incarnations of the? It was originally supposed to be a trilogy, then it spawned into like other like subsidiaries like the Diaries of the Dead.
I don't watch a lot of zombie movies. I don't even watch The Walking Dead. I should, but it's like the same premise on all of them, though, right?
For the most part, yeah. Each one has its own like there's always like a lore dump with each incarnation of the zombie thing. There's always like contracting the virus, if it's a virus, whether it's radiation or not, whether it's explained or not. Sometimes like series will start like at the beginning and you get to witness it progress, and sometimes it's like already after it's happened.
I've seen like Resident Evil and like World War Z and Train to Busan. That was a
Right.
good one. Did you like that one?
I haven't given the train one a shot. Supposedly they're doing a sequel, I believe, but
Oh,
I haven't given a lot of like newer zombie movies a shot for some reason.
watch that one, but skip the sequel. It was horrible.
Something about when they're too fast or like too cognizant. I just like it takes away the mystique. Like it's not scary anymore. I feel like when it's a slower approaching doom, it's more impending.
Mm, yeah, I feel you. It reminded me of the Night of the Living Dead. Reminded me of Thriller, the music video.
Really,
Yeah.
feel like a thriller vibe.
Mhm.
Kind of like the stiff emotions and stuff like that. I could imagine them like bursting into like song and dance any moment. Yeah,
Yeah, and breaking into that house like they do in the music video.
they break into the house in this video.
Hmm. Yeah, his girlfriend is like in there.
I feel like that's something I need to revisit because I don't remember any of that besides like the initial like dance at the beginning with the werewolf change.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that. It scared the bejesus out of me when I was a kid.
Do we have a clip?
Oh,
No, we don't.
indeed. But man, another favorite zombie flick of mine is called Heikel's Tale. It's from the Master of Horror series.
I've never heard of that before.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Hmm.
It's there's necromancy in that movie too. It's a Clive Barker short story, and he collaborated with George A. Romero on that. Have you seen Heikel's Tale?
Nope.
I have it at home, but I don't know if it's public domain yet. I'll have to write the guide see if we can watch the movie here. But it's pretty good.
So like, only thing we can do with this is like public domain stuff, right?
Yep.
That's all we can do.
Yeah, because if ASCAP walks in, we'll get like a slap with a stick fine.
Yep. And if they're independent filmmakers in Daytona, actors or whatever, and they want distribution and need help, we'll use this platform to help them. They can set up a table and trade movies with each other or buy from each other or sell from each other. Help boost the movie scene here. 'Cause there's no movie scene here, is there?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, not that I know of either. Like,
I got a buddy that's making a horror film now. I have a buddy making a horror film now,
Yeah.
but I don't know when it'll be out. But it looks pretty sick what he's doing so far.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe he'll do it here.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Help them out with them. It's hard to get distribution and like get it out there.
Right.
And so that's like the toughest step after everything's all said and done. So I don't know. They have a scene in Jacksonville called the Jacksonville Bar Film Club or something like that, and they meet like every Monday, virtually online, and then like the last Monday of the month they meet in person. But it's like networking to get actors and actresses, and editors and all that stuff together. But they don't have something like this where they can like actually sell their works. You know?
So maybe bring them down here one time.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And, well, you do it on the last Monday of the month too, so maybe I don't know if that'll work.
Indeed, I mean they can. I don't mind bringing them down here. Hopefully they'll make the trip. It's worth it.
It's,
Mm, man, they're not sponsoring us, but Liquid Death is pretty good. And the PBRs and the pump Jack Lamb pop water cups.
water.
Mm, indeed.
You know, I drink on the job.
I love drinking on the job too. This all blended with you guys with the fake beer can. So what are your favorite zombie movies, James?
Like stuff like that would be it. I'm not really into like the new stuff because it's like overdone to me. But that's my opinion, I guess. But,
I
the other
feel you.
stuff.
He's talking about the slow moving zombies that are his favorites.
Oh, I was gonna say that actually. I was gonna say that's before they had the fast zombies. This movie, but and the double taps and shit, shooting the head, shooting twice.
Shooter dome. Yeah, that dude that shot the lady 3 times at me, or that dude 3 times at me, do that. Or was it the lady that shot 3 times? It was one of them. Oh, it was a lady because her kid killed her. I was like, they didn't have to like. I would kill my own kid if they came out to me like trying to kill me like a zombie.
And why do they shoot the gas pump? Like, what that would be your first thing to do is shoot the gas pump with a gun?
Right?
Like that didn't make sense to me, but
Like you had one job. Oh man, it was so sad. Riding the truck like it's Ghost Rider or something. Unreal. But I can't blame Georgia Romero. Did you see how the editing happened?
oh yeah, you can see like the cut where they cut and they it was badly spliced together. I guess.
Yeah, that kept like getting my attention. I was like, man, it's just reminded me of my short film that I made called The Narcoleptics.
Right.
How bad it was. But at least we won an award. You should Georgia should have won an award for that one because it was quite innovative for its time.
Yeah, you only used one camera. That's why it was like so specific. You could constantly like tell when it cut and stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah, they actually had like a really high budget for it, but they only used one camera, which made no sense. Like they had within $100,000,
Wow.
like a little bit over that.
Uh-huh.
It was pretty surprising for kind of like a B slasher movie.
That's pretty rad.
But, like this, is this the only one you've seen from the George Amber collection, like the trilogy and stuff like that?
Pretty much. I can't remember the others.
What would be one of your favorite zombie movies then?
I Am Legend was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, when the dog died. It was sad. I'm not rooting for killing the dogs, but jeez, oh man.
Wasn't that technically a vampire movie?
Well, maybe it was. Maybe there's
Was it a
that.
fixation on blood, flesh, blood, like
Who knows?
yeah.
I'm so confused. That could have been it. I don't know. All these horror movies are all mixing me up. There's too many out there. Have you watched any current movies?
Current? No. I've just been rewatching a lot of like ghost movies actually before this. I didn't watch any like zombie movies recently. Besides, I finally gave World War Z a chance maybe a month ago.
Mm. What are your favorite ghost movies?
None of them. They're all kind of bad. Most of it's just like jump scare stuff, and which is cool. Don't get me wrong. But unless it has like some sort of like context or like substance, I don't really care. But that's kind of biased because I also like Blair Witch, so I can't really. I do kind of like jump scare stuff, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm very picky about it. Like, recently, I finally dove into like the Conjuring lore series and tried to go through it. I could only find Conjuring 2, so I missed like the in between movies that they did. So I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta watch those things in order to. So kind of like the MCU. I'm like, I ain't got time for that.
Once I figure out there's like extra context to things, I have to know like the story. Otherwise, I'm not going to judge it appropriately.
Yeah. I just watched Nope on yesterday. The new Jordan Peele movie.
I want to see that. I haven't seen any of his movies, unfortunately.
Really?
Really, I
Wow.
haven't seen any of them. Get Out and then Up.
Us. Up was a Disney
I don't
movie.
know what,
And then he did some work on the Candyman movie. Which I think that he wanted to release a movie each year, and that's why he held off on releasing Candyman for the pandemic.
Did that already come out?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Randy from nOg. We drove up to Atlanta for the movie premiere because we found out that Tony Todd was going to be in attendance. So we ended up meeting up with Tony Todd, The day after we watched the Candyman premiere that was on Thursday. That was pretty funny.
How'd you like the remake of Candyman?
It wasn't a remake, it was a spiritual sequel to it. So,
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was going for like a sequel. I thought it was gonna be like a reboot to the series.
oh no. Yeah, they connected the first one to this new one.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool how they did it.
So I was assuming a reboot, so like I had a version of that because I don't like reboots or remakes usually.
Oh no. Yeah, if you watch them, I have them both at home. So if you watch the first one and this newest one, and skip the second and third one, it'll be totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I usually when there's like sequels and stuff, there's always like a specific one that everyone always suggests to skip.
Yeah.
Always makes me laugh a little bit.
Yeah, some of them can be awful. Jeez. I tell you what. Yeah, Nope was pretty good. I wish they showed us the aliens in that movie.
What do you like never see them? Do they just like remain in the cloud?
Pretty much. Yeah.
You gotta show the monster. Like eventually in Jaws they showed the shark. Like you gotta like eventually show the alien.
Yeah.
Even in science you get like a glimpse of like a little like walkie guy.
It was a bit too lengthy for my taste, though. But it was really cool to watch it on IMAX. That's where I watched it in St. Augustine. Man. And there was only 5 people in there. And I was like the first one in there. So I got to pick my own seat. And I picked the first, like the top row in the middle, so I could get the whole view. And I was like the best seat in the house.
I don't think I've ever seen like a movie on IMAX. I've only seen like the little like documentary shorts they have for it.
Yeah. It's $50 for like a membership there. You can watch all the free documentaries you want. I think it's a year. Yeah.
That's pretty nice actually.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I have the flyer at home, I think. Good stuff. Oh man. But yeah, ghost movies. There's one that's on the Master of Horror series called Valerie on the Stairs. Stars Tony Todd and um, Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future.
Christopher Lloyd's still acting?
Hmm. Well, this one it came out like a couple of years ago, maybe a decade ago. It's really good.
I'm just imagining him older than he is, but like do they have to like prop him up or
Oh no, he's still walking. This one is
okay.
like I gotta look it up when he was Valerie on the Stairs released. But I can't tell you. It's pretty good.
I feel like he would make like a really good live action Crypt Keeper.
Uh, I think so too. Valerie on the Stairs came out in 2006. So, started Christopher Lloyd, Tony Todd, Tyrone Lietzo, Nicola Whitman, Jonathan Wall, and Claire Grant.
And was this a movie or a series you said?
It's part of a series, but it's a movie that's like an hour long. So like Nick Garris was the mastermind behind it. They got a bunch of like master horror folks together to make these shorter films. Like John Carpenter has one called Cigarette Burns. It's really awesome.
I mean the title sounds awesome, so that got me immediately. Alright.
Yep, it's pretty. It was a TV show like on Showtime, but man, you ever seen Master of Horror series on Showtime?
Nah.
Oh, I got 2 of them on DVD. So one's Valerie on the Stairs with Tony Todd and Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future in one movie, and then I got Heikel's Tale. So they're both Clive Barker stories. That's why I got them.
Well,
But
obviously, Clive Barker because of your past with him.
yep, so that's why he only
Name
did
dropping
2.
over there, Sarah.
Indeed. But it was good. I'll bring someone who can watch them sometime. I could have private screening, or I'll message Nick or something and see if we can watch them in public or something. Whichever loophole we can go through, just like we did with this Night of the Living Dead, which was pretty awesome for the first time viewing. How many times have you seen it?
That would be. It's a handful of times I've seen it. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but watching it, I remember it.
Good stuff. Yeah, I tried to invite a bunch of you guys to watch Nope, so it was pretty good. It was too long, but it was good.
Right.
Yeah, but it was fun. I got to go to Caddyshack before that at Bill Murray's and his brother's restaurant.
Up in St. Augustine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man, they had this wrapped pasta thing with spinach artichoke in it.
Right.
It could have used more chicken.
That place is cool though. They have the script for Caddyshack, like in a glass case opened up to the scene where they find the chocolate bar in the pool.
Oh yeah. Oh man, Bill Murray, he's great.
Bill fucking Murray.
Have you seen him in Coffee and Cigarettes?
Yes.
That's a good scene.
A lot of people haven't seen that movie though.
Unreal. Have you seen it here?
Wait, Bill Murray's in Coffee and Cigarettes?
Yep.
So is it the RZA?
Yep.
Is it?
And the Jizz in the same scene.
In the old comic, the guy that has the monotone voice, he talks like this.
Tom Waits or something.
Tom Waits is in it, but it's an old comic. I forget the guy's name right now off the top of my head.
That's the only group I remember is like Tom Waits and like David Bob talking Coffee and Cigarettes. That's all I remember.
Right. A lot of people haven't seen it, but it's all black and white. It's pretty sick though.
Yeah, I agree. What was the comic book's name or something you said?
It was a comic. I can't remember his name.
It was written by Jim Jarmusch or something. Jarmusch.
Does it have the cast on it?
Yep. So there's Robert Benigni. I'm sorry if I'm butchering any of the names. Bill Murray, Kate Blanchett, Sink Lee, Steve Buscemi, Steve Coogan, Alfred Molina, which he used his own name, Alfred.
For Kate Blanchett being on
I think that'd be all.
Yeah.
I didn't make the one by voice.
It only made under $8 million at the theater box office. But I love movies that aren't blockbusters. I prefer cult classics anyways.
it. Yeah.
Stephen Wright, that's what it is.
Stephen Wright.
That's the guy.
Good stuff. There it is, right there. Stephen Wright movie. Iggy Pop and Tom Waits. Every time I think of Tom Waits, I think of Billy Myers III.
He's a good dude.
He really is. He's
I
killing
miss
it.
you, Billy, if you're watching. Probably not.
Me too, Billy. He's doing so well out there. Like, and you predicted it too.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Someone like that needs to not be in Daytona and Orlando. He needs to be out there. Which he got his first, comedy store gig a few weeks ago, and that's sick.
Hell yeah, dude. He's crushing. I have always driven by the Comedy Store and the Laugh Factory and stuff, but I never went in. Well, I went in to see the Laugh Factory because Neil Brennan was performing. He's like the co-creator of Chappelle Show.
Yeah, he's funny. I like him.
He needs to bring his one-man show down here.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Have you seen Chappelle's new special?
Yes.
What's in a name? That was a good one. It's just a speech though.
Right.
Yeah. But it's still good though.
I'd like to see Dave Chappelle in a fucking horror movie. Or like see Dave Chappelle in a horror movie.
He needs to be.
Like a bad remake or something.
Yeah.
Like Candyman.
Maybe not Candyman, but like something where you can like be like out and about and like moving around. Maybe like some bad zombie movie or something like that. Or maybe another like Contagion type movie, like where he's going around and just like yell at people.
Smacking people around like he's Rick James. I do that, just walking around and smacking people.
Or like Will Smith.
Yeah, that would work too. Oh man, good stuff. So, what else is new in your world, Garrett?
A whole lot nothing, man.
Hold on.
Been like trying to like find something like I've been debating about getting Shutter, but like I don't know if I want to get another streaming service. But I've been creating like horror movies. That's why I was like excited you wanted to do this with Night of the Living Dead at least.
Oh, for sure. You know what I do? I take all the trial runs, and as soon as one end, I cancel it, and I go to the next one. Whether they give you 7 days or 30 days, it probably lasts for a whole year.
I just can't trust myself to do that. I can't remember, and I'll just like let it like hang on, and I'll be like, oh no,
I'll put it in your calendar. Like cancel it 1 day before you need to.
I can't do that. That's too much.
Oh,
You're responsible for that.
yeah. Well, you need an assistant.
But did you have another public access movie idea besides like Night of the Living Dead?
I don't, but we can look and see what. Cause I'd show my movies, but I like roasting them at Strathfest.
Okay. I wasn't sure like if there was gonna be a theme of like if it was gonna be specifically like B horror or like
Ooh, we can go like Reefer Madness, Nosferatu, The Birth of a Nation, Gulliver's Travels, The Front Page, The Trip Moon, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Santa Claus Conquer the Martians. That would be a really good idea.
Yeah?
I think so. A lot of social commentary there. Something about the Red Scare, I believe.
Mm.
Something to do with his suit.
Well, we'll have to watch.
Belt's really tight.
We can watch that one next.
Oh, Santa takes on the Martians.
Yeah, I think we should watch that.
So we want to keep it like inclusive. So like, is it what's it rated?
Um, it's not rated at all. It's 1964, but there's watch
So
options.
Santa takes on the Martians.
Yeah,
All right.
I've never seen it, but we'll give it a shot. I'll use yeah, it's on YouTube and stuff. This liquid death is making me gassy. Should have got the regular water one.
Yep. Not famous else for water.
Mm,
False soda.
false soda,
It's a lie, and I don't like it how it reflects upon me.
falsettos.
It's like
Yeah.
raisins and cookies. It's false chocolate. It's a lie.
I hate when that happens when you bite into one and there's no milk cookie.
They resent it.
Mm,
It goes on that list, you know.
yep. My favorite thing to do is mix cranberry juice with club soda. So you can blend it with all the alcohol.
I have a couple friends that do that, and I can't get on board.
Mm, I don't blame that. I don't blame that. But yeah, we should.
Would Plan 9 be also a public access?
It should be because it looks like it's old as dirt.
I'm just stuck on like the horror theme or whatever. So
There's so many Carnivore Souls, Maniac. There's so many. Abbott and Costello, a bunch of other stuff.
so is this list of like all the public access ones?
Yeah.
So like White Zombie is?
So many options. Maybe the Terrier with Boris Karloff and Jack Nicholson. So many options, which is great because we can watch one once a month and critique it.
Exactly. Was Karloff or was it Lugosi that was like the heroin addict? I don't remember.
I have no idea.
I just remember one of them was, or it was Lugosi. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Like he died by a heart attack, but like I'm pretty sure like it was a overdose.
come on up here, Andrew. Don't be shy. That's Andrew with all the knowledge, part of Ragged Cadaver and the Average Joe Movie Show. He was part of one of their shows last go round. How are you, pal?
Hey, good. How's it going?
Fantastic. Thanks for being a surprise guest on the show.
Sorry, I was just like yelling out from the crowd. It was Lugosi, and like you mentioned, Plan 9 and all that kind of stuff. And that's Tim Burton made the movie Ed Wood based on the filmmaker who made Plan 9 from Outer Space, and it was Martin Landau who played Bela Lugosi in the movie, like an aging, very much aging, on his way out of Hollywood morphine addict is what it was, and he ended up winning Best Supporting Actor for it.
In that movie, they really overplay it. Though. Like it's like I remember it being silly, or maybe I just thought it was silly.
Yeah, but I think the whole movie was supposed to be silly. I like when I look at that movie, I think like is it a biopic on these people? Yeah, but it's like it's a comedy. It's like it's a biopic comedy. If like that wasn't supposed to be a comedy, I'd be shocked. Yeah.
Talk about a Mighty Morphine Power Ranger. Oh man, I love Ed Wood. It wasn't supposed to be good, but it was.
That's one of the best Tim Burton movies. It's really good. It's a lot of fun.
Do you have any other favorite Tim Burton flicks?
My all-time favorite's gonna be Beetlejuice always. And I know it's a popular pick, but that goes back to what like my early childhood. I love that. You know, I like an outlandish version of what the afterlife might be, based on like, I mean, not to get too into it or anything like that, like on what my outlook on what the afterlife is. You know, it's like I just like when people like have fun with it and like make it outlandish and strange. You know. And they're talking about a sequel coming soon, like next year, the next few years or something like that. And I really wish they wouldn't, because I like when a cult film is just a cult film, and it's like untouchable. Like nothing can ever affect that. Nothing can affect its legacy. I want it to be the way that it is. You know, I don't want to see a sequel.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I'm with you, pal. Or a remake. I know how Hollywood loves to do those. I love my favorite is Edward Scissorhands. That's Tim Burton too, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm good. I'm glad that was on point. But he did some good, a good Batman too. Batman, the first one.
Oh yeah, both of them. Actually, yeah, the second one, Batman Returns, with Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman and Danny DeVito as the Penguin. Like that was a big part of my childhood too. You know, I was like Batman for Halloween at the time when I was a kid, and I had the Sega game, and I still have the original theatrical folded movie poster from the movie, and like I love that movie. Like I love how campy they made it. It was everything they did with Batman in that movie is the most I could ever hope for a Batman film to be. You know, people swear by the Dark Knight trilogy and all that, and I'm just like, no, like Batman Returns was, they really got it right with it. It was a lot of fun. You know, it was very comic-y, and it was outlandish and strange and fun and campy, and like that's what I want to see.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that's one of his best films, I think. It's like great that you mentioned that for sure.
Most definitely. How about you, Garrett? Do you have any favorite Tim Burton flicks?
Probably Sleepy Hollow.
Excellent choice.
I was gonna say, I was thinking like Edward Scissorhands, but like Sleepy Hollow. I had Christopher Walken in it, and he was like a headless horseman, and like him with like razor sharp teeth, just like that. I can't get that out of my head, and I love Sleepy Hollow for that.
Good stuff. Indeed. I love Christopher Walken.
I feel like I could just watch him eat people for like that instead of the news or anything like that and cable. I just like just some sort of like loop footage of like Christopher Walken eating people. I'd be happy.
And he has dance moves.
Exactly, like he could like lull them into a false sense of security and then
Kind of like this
satiated for
guy. I'm kidding.
Not me.
I
Not me.
don't know. My buddy goes, "You guys start off with clean comedy, and then you scare him with your dirty stuff. Give him that false sense of security, and then he goes, if you do that, you'll kill." And so I did that in at Gregory's in Cocoa Beach, and they started nice and easy, and then I had to throw my dirty stuff, and they were scared, and it was great. Oh man, good stuff. So did you watch Nope? And
Yeah, I saw Nope.
what do you think?
Um, I think it was honestly, it might have been my favorite movie of the year.
Awesome. I just wish they showed the aliens inside the UFO.
I mean, my response would be like a little bit of a spoiler alert, you know, like because the ship itself, what they revealed that the ship is, you know, like it's. I don't want to ruin it for you, Garrett. I know you haven't seen it.
He's never seen a Jordan Peele movie.
not one.
So you're never gonna watch it.
Maybe.
So the ship itself may or may not be biological. I'll leave it at that. That's it.
Yeah, like
That's all I'm gonna say.
enthusiasm. Yeah.
So that kind of like relieved me of that, you know. But yeah, and what I liked about that was like the ship is after you. Like whatever it is, whatever this entity is, it's after you, and there is no reprieve. You know, it's straight horror in the respect that like a lot of times when you watch an alien film, an alien invasion film, you think, oh, well, maybe they have good intentions. Maybe they're gonna land down on Earth and they have the cure for cancer and they have this and that. But no, this the ship is the creature. And, it's really cool. And I don't want to spoil much more than that. But I enjoyed that, and like one of the aspects that I enjoyed about it was that what you never should do is look at it. When you look at it with the direct eye, it preys upon you. If you don't, it passes you by. It's like a form of camouflage in a respect. Like when you look at and the hardest thing, like in those circumstances, would be to not look at it because all any human being on this planet has ever wanted to do is see extraterrestrial life. How could you like imagine the temptation? Here's an alien spaceship flying overhead, and the only way you're going to survive is to never get to view it and have it in your conscience. Yeah, I would probably rather die. I'd probably rather look at it and visualize it and know what's preying upon me than live. I like that aspect of it.
Most definitely. I watched it on IMAX and it was like a really great experience. Like you need like I watched like a featurette on YouTube, and as soon as I saw like the IMAX like on camera, I'm like, I'll just skip where I live in Palm Coast and go to St. Augustine and watch it on IMAX. Just to sit on like the very top row in the middle and just soak it all in. That's like the best experience to catch. No, yeah.
I wish I saw it at IMAX, honestly, because it was a beautiful film. Wherever they filmed it, like I have no idea. Was it like Montana or like I don't know? It was way out in the vast like western landscape. Like some like what you'd expect to see in a cowboy film or something. And everything was just gorgeous and eye candy. And I can imagine what it'd be like in IMAX format. Be really cool.
It's not too late, it's still here. You should go.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll see it again.
Yeah, Gary,
I
you should
did
go.
just state that it's probably my favorite film of the year, so I should probably see it again.
Yep. So yep, instead of nope to nope.
Yeah.
And
They'll see it 2 years from now.
it's so great on IMAX, so you need to go see it on IMAX.
Just watch them out of order. Go see that one.
Is it specifically like an original?
No.
It's not like a connected universe. It's not like the Stephen King
No,
universe kind
I
of
just
thing.
mean chronologically. Watch
Okay.
this one, and watch the others.
As much as I scoff at like a connected universe, I do like it like does like draw me in. When there's like a specific like pantheon or lore thing, like it always like will suck me in. It's inescapable sometimes, even if it's absolutely terrible. It doesn't matter if it's trash or not. It will still get me, and I'll like observe it and be like, okay.
The credits were a bit long though. I usually stay till the very end of the credits.
No,
Yeah. You know,
Was there anything?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, I won't ruin it then.
Oh, I hate after credit stuff for some reason. I just
It was like the MCU of credits for horror movies though. But it's worth waiting for the end. At least you'll see the surprise thing in the end. I won't ruin it, but
Okay.
it's definitely, you might have to go back and watch it on IMAX.
I just didn't expect there to be anything. So yeah, now I have that to look forward to.
Yeah, it's brief, but totally worth it. You won't ruin it. Unless you go.
Okay.
You want
I'm okay with it. I don't know
I don't
about
mind if
people
people-
watching, but like, I mean, they can
It
have
just-
it real
I don't care.
It just tells you to go to the Universal Studios because they built the whole like set there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Jordan Peele has
In
his own,
California.
his own lot of those Western like, like Jupiter's claim is pretty much built there.
Oh cool.
Yep. So they used Quebec as a. I'm guessing they used Quebec because it said at the end that there's like a tax credit. So I'm pretty sure that was filmed there too. There is.
Canada? You talking about Canada?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So there's a lot of ranch stuff. I'm sure. I'm guessing in Quebec. I mean, there's a lot of land out there. I mean, Brock Lesnar lives out there. Does farm stuff.
Was he really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I'd like to think
Was
so.
Lesnar in Nope?
No.
Oh, okay.
There should be more
You
pro
just
wrestlers.
like familiar with Canada.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there should be more pro wrestlers in Jordan Peele movies.
Yeah, Lesnar was actually uncredited. He played the alien spaceship.
Mm.
Oh, the MCD was trying to consume them.
Yeah, that was him for sure.
He is big enough to devour.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a large man.
he is. Yeah, Jordan Peele's killing it though.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to see what he does next. I would say this to me felt like um, the least social commentary that he's had. You know, it felt like more of a straightforward film, and he did try to like impart certain things here and there, like that motorcyclist that like pulls up and they're like, "Oh, it's TMZ," and he's obsessed with like when he wrecks his motorcycle, like getting his picture taken on the ground before they save his life.
Indeed.
You know, it's a very minor part of the film. It doesn't affect the plot at all. It's not a spoiler. It's just a guy that like insists on like, oh hey, look, I'm laying on the ground. I wrecked my motorcycle in alien territory, and like I want my picture taken before you drag me out of here. Like, and he was like, no, take my picture. Like, I was like, and that was like probably, I think like the only social commentary that really was super direct in your face, like we were shoving it down your throat a little bit about how people care about their social media accounts more than their own health, essentially. Yeah.
I agree, and I think he could have been like a member of Daft Punk.
Yeah. That helmet was cool though.
Yeah.
That one eye hole, that helmet was so badass. I don't know, like something about that, like everything. I wouldn't take anything away from the movie, even like everything with the chimpanzee and all that. Like I love all that. Like I think that a lot of people would view that scene as like I don't understand why that was relevant, like why that scene existed. But to me, it's like it just has such a horror element. That part was the scariest part of the whole movie to me. You know, yeah, there's a monkey scene, and it's crazy.
I hear it's based on a true story too.
Oh, really?
Hmm. And wasn't there like a monkey scene in gosh, one of those other space movies with Hal in it.
Oh, in 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yep. Could
Yeah.
that be a callback to that?
Yeah,
Could they
maybe.
be connected?
Maybe. I mean, yeah, I guess I could see that a little bit. 2001, the way the movie starts, like literally the first 20 minutes or something like that is all just like archaic, like early primitive life on this planet, you know, and like how,
with like the
yeah,
hammer
you
away.
know. But in a way, I guess it's different than that, like because I would say the monkey was trying to say something.
Yeah.
I don't want to reveal anything else other than that. I just think that like the monkey was trying to tell somebody something,
And the horse.
and it might
too.
involve the aliens.
I think the horse too, because with the silver thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The animals are smart. I wish they could talk to us like Dr. Doolittle, and they could tell us everything. Yeah, and the whales can tell us things that happened like 500 years ago. That'd be gnarly.
Yeah.
But they've seen some stuff. Like it could help Jack and Rose and Titanic.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, the whales?
Yeah.
They could have just like emerged and they could have been on the whale's back, like not in the water. They both could have just chilled on the whale's back or something.
Like Willie could
Yeah.
help them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously any whale had the capability of doing that, but whales clearly hate humanity.
They're bad people, just like horses.
Indeed.
Not to go off the rails here, but yeah, I don't know. After Nope, I can't think of too many other horror movies coming out in the near future. You know, I'm glad that one left up. It's one I would watch again for sure.
No matter the runtime. But I love watching like the stuff on YouTube with like Jordan Peele and like his commentary on the film and his extra stuff. It's just he's a bright dude.
Yeah, he seems like it. I mean, they actually chose him to be the host of the modern Twilight Zone, to like be the modern Rod Serling. You know, and it's like, man, the second I saw that they picked him for that, I was like, wow, all right, this guy's important. Rod Serling is he's like a god in my book, you know.
So I never gave the Twilight Zone, the new Twilight Zone, a chance. Would you say it's
I'll be honest, I didn't watch all of it. I watched like the first few episodes, and I really enjoyed it. But I was just specifically mentioning that like it was Jordan Peele, you know, like for him to step in and be Rod Serling, be the host of the Twilight Zone, the guy who created all of it, he wrote all of it, like the cigarette smoking madman that created science fiction that had so many social parallels. You know, it was just, you know, that's an honor. I only watched a few of them. I do intend to go back and watch all of them, but like, man, they had to have picked him for a reason, you know. They had to have looked at him as like Jordan Peele, some kind of visionary, right?
Most definitely. I watched the one with the stand-up comedians. I didn't watch it because like I just didn't want another streaming service. I don't have any of the streaming services, but with like for them to on CBS Plus or whatever that was, it's like I just couldn't. I don't want to throw my money in that direction. They're trying to produce stuff in real life.
Yeah, I agree.
How many of those streaming platforms do you have?
You know, I usually tap into other people's accounts, like a lot of other people do.
Yeah.
The only ones I maintain are because my girlfriend, like I would feel bad, like depriving her of them, essentially. Like, I don't want to be like, hey, we're not gonna have any streaming platforms anymore. We're done. Like, if I was like a single bachelor, I'd be like, fuck that. I have like a million. I have a million DVDs I could just watch all the time. I have television series that I could watch all the time, you know. But I don't want to cancel all of them. I think we have Netflix and Hulu and Shudder is what we have right now. And that's it. And I tap into my parents' like Amazon Prime, and she taps into her parents' Disney Plus and whatever, you know. And I'm grandfathered into the $4.99 on Shudder a month. Like they like had to contact me about it. They're like, yeah, you're grandfathered in from here on out. Basically, I'm $4.99 a month on Shudder. It's like I'll gladly pay $5 a month for the ultimate horror streaming service. You know, there's some really good stuff on there. Even their original content is like there's some good stuff. Yeah. I think most people pay $5.99 or $6.99. It's not much more, but I'm grandfathered in. Like I get $1 or $2 break. I don't know.
It adds up, you know.
It does add up for sure, you know. And I'll be honest, I don't utilize it all the time. You know, right now I'm reading a Clive Barker book, so I haven't been watching TV. You know, I read mostly. You know.
Which one are you reading?
I'm reading Imagica for the first time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's daunting for sure, more so than anything ever from him. I'm like 200 something pages in, and it's like 800 or whatever. And it's one of his toughest reads, I think, but it's awesome.
Most definitely. I found book one at a used bookstore. It was like $4.50 or something. It was like a paperback, and I was in Colorado. And this kid like works at the coffee shop, the Grindhouse, and he goes, "Yeah, does he write any science fiction books or something?" I think Imagica's close enough, isn't it? So I just gave him the book.
Yeah.
And I kept Crazy Rich Asians, the Dave Chappelle Block Party DVD, and Big Fish as my ones. And then I found the Midnight Meat Train, the hardcover, at a place called Analog.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it's like a limited edition, and it had like the story plus the script plus some pictures and like a forward and an afterward.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've read it and I have it, but just like in the collective like volume that comes with the volumes 1 through 3 books of blood from him. You know, that's really cool when you can find like an individual. Just episodic, just volume like that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm reading Magica. It's like the whole thing altogether. So far, I would definitely not call it my favorite because I love the Aberrat series so much, and I love the Magica so much. Or, I'm sorry, Magica is what we're talking about. Weave World is what I meant to say.
Mm,
Yeah, I love Weave World so much. And Magica, I could see it becoming a favorite, but I am very early on in it. So far, it's Aberrat and Weave World are my two favorites. Even over his horror stuff, even over Books of Blood and Hellbound Heart, everything. Yeah.
wow. And Weave World was made a cameo in Candyman, the recent one.
I saw that. He was reading it in the laundromat, wasn't he? I caught that. Yeah. I was reading it at the time for the first time.
Wow.
When I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh my god, he's reading the book I'm reading. You know, it was so cool.
Yeah, with favorite Clive Barker book here.
No, I haven't read anything back. No, I read The Hellbound Heart. That's the only Clive Barker thing I've actually read. I have like two of his other books, but it's like scattered between different series, and I won't read something unless I have the whole thing. Otherwise, maybe missing context, and I'm not gonna be interested.
I feel your pain.
And we call him Pinhead, but Clive Barker never called him Pinhead in Hellbound Heart. He was like the Hell Priest, right? Or yeah, he wasn't like officially labeled Pinhead in the novella.
I was reading the Scarlet Gospels.
I still have never read it.
Oh, I was 13 pages in at the library in Pueblo, and I passed out because I was like the smell of the pages. And that's why I love reading real books instead of like reading it on a Kindle or something. Because it's like it puts you to sleep. It's great.
Yeah,
And so I had to wake up right away because I had to get the show started at the fest.
I have that same problem. Yeah, like I could be stone cold sober and drinking a pot of coffee, and I'll start reading, and like an hour later, next thing I know, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
It's better than NyQuil and stuff. So
Yeah.
if you're an insomniac, pick up a book and pass out.
Yeah,
You'll have trippy nightmares if you read Clive stuff.
it really is. Yeah, for sure. It's like the best medicine if you're trying to sleep. Just read a good book. Like yeah, Clive Barker shit. Like I've had some serious vivid dreams after reading his stuff.
Kind of like playing Resident Evil or something when you're not supposed to at night time and just passing out and hearing weird stuff at night. I don't do that stuff. I just stick to Hubert and Mario and Happy Games, and then I pass out. Yeah. Do you have any favorite horror games, you guys?
Favorite horror games? Not really. I do like survival horror games. Resident Evil might be my favorite, but it's not really like the type of game I usually play. Besides Resident Evil, that's like the only one I really like stuck to. Silent Hill kind of got me, but I just like it kicked my ass too much. Like I sucked at Silent Hill, so I was always mad. Also, it was pretty scary, so between being pissed off at it and being afraid, I never got far with Silent Hill.
How about you, Andrew?
I'm really out of touch with video games, honestly. But there's a lot that I would like to play, especially like the new Evil Dead games and stuff. Like, I think I would be stoked to play one of those games. You know, I'm just a little out of touch. I'll be honest. I haven't played shit since like the old school Resident Evil games. Like, I'm not much of a gamer.
Same here. I quit playing when I was PS2 with my last console, and I went to this place called the Bite Me Cake Company, and there's like an arcade downstairs, and it's pretty dope. But they checked my ID under like a black light because they couldn't believe that I was old, and you had to be 21 to enter. So it's great. I'm like, I'm 21 years plus 18. Thank you, lady. And then when I went and saw a note, they charged me the student discount without asking for my student ID, which I still have for my college because I can still pass for a college student. But they gave me the student discount. And I've been out of college for 12 years. Asians don't raise them, they say. Yeah, it's tough. Oh, man. But yeah, I recommend. I'm gonna probably read those books when I get home, but I need to finish the Midnight Meat Train. I'm barely at the forward, or the beginning of the thing. Something to Get Past That by Phil and Sarah Stokes.
Oh yeah,
Mm,
I love them.
me too.
You know, I follow their website and like all their interview updates and all the kind of stuff that they do on Clive Barker. After a Magic, I don't know what I'm gonna read. Like, just because it's such like an extensive novel, I might go back to like Books of Blood because I haven't read them all the way through.
Oh,
I've only read like maybe half of them. Um, so I might read those. And I was thinking about reading the Damnation Game again. That was his first novel, and I love that book. And I think it's like the most filmable novel he ever wrote. I like actually all through high school, like my dream was when I used to be like kind of into filmmaking. A big dream of mine was to like make a film adaptation of that movie, you know. And I would just love to see somebody do it. And I want to read it again.
you can make a fan film movie
Yeah.
and not make a profit off of it.
It's got some really, really dark stuff in it that like really stuck with me. That like I'll never get out of my head, you know. And that's how Clive Barker's novels are. I love them.
There's so many of them. There's like over 20 books that he's written. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yep. Phil and Sarah were the ones that forwarded my email, and without them, I wouldn't have gotten to Clive's studio. So, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have gotten to meet and work with them. It was rad. Good folks. And Magic has like a card game.
Yeah. I don't know too much about it, but I see it. Like I follow a lot of this stuff on eBay, like whatever, like first edition novels, like whatever turns up on eBay. Like I'm always watching, and they always have like a lot of the Magic card game stuff, and I don't know too much about it.
It's like Magic the Gathering sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really vast universe. I could see that, you know.
Wait, Clive Barker has a playable card game?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
And Magic the card game, yeah.
I'm about to get sucked into another collectible bullshit thing that I don't need to do.
Yeah, there's 5 dominions, and Earth is the 5th.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
no,
an
no,
entire
no,
fantasy
no, no,
world,
no.
yeah.
I'm gonna pretend it's not real now.
Yeah. I organized his library in his studio, and I'd always put him like abreast with the abreast and the magicals and stuff. And it was just like, we had a shipment come in for Books of Blood, and it was really, like one of these folks that was like the white one had all 6 volumes, and there was like a painting of a red, like a dude that was like in red, and on the back it says, everyone's a book of blood, and when you're open, you're red.
Yeah.
And so they bought the whole thing at the studio. It was like $2.50 a piece, and I was like, wow, can I buy one of those? Because it's only $2.50. I was like, dude, you're the apprentice here. I have one. I'm like, cool. So
How ingenious is that statement? Everyone is a book of blood. Wherever we're open, we're red. Like, how good is that, man? Like, Clive Barker's a shit.
yeah,
He's awesome.
I agree. You're a deep thinker indeed. And that's why I cherish like all the times that we talked. It's like it was rare for like, someone that wasn't in film or literature yet to be like, this is all brand new to me. This is wild.
I drove all the way to Atlanta and back to meet him in one day from here because I couldn't get the next day off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Atlanta is, what is it?
7 or 8 hours.
7 or 8 hours.
Traffic.
Yeah, I drove all the way there to get there when the convention started. I walked in, he wasn't out yet. Like, I was just like looking around. I was like, can I afford any of this artwork? So I bought an original sketch for $500. And he signed my first edition Aberrat novel, and he signed my Nightbreed poster, my original hand-built from Australia, because that's the one I like, so I like the colors on it. I had that, and he signed that, and I was like shaking when I met him. Like, I was so excited to meet him. And then I basically got like, right off the bat, I was like 10 minutes into the convention, I was like, well, now I don't have any fucking money anymore, so I got to go around, just look around and everything. I bought a little thing here and there. I was like, all right, driving back from Atlanta now, another 7 or 8 hours, just because it was a rare occurrence at the time for him to show up here, all the way. Like, I think, does he live in California right now? Yeah. He hadn't come out for conventions in a long time, so it was really cool.
Indeed. The guy, Chuck Palahniuk from Fight Club.
Yeah.
He recalls a story of going to a book signing with Clive,
Oh, cool.
and some guy that cut himself open for the book signing, and like Clive takes a pen and just like takes the blood and just autographs it. And then-
No
Yeah, we're gonna
fucking
take a photo.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
no
god.
way.
Yeah. It's like public knowledge. But I was like, this
That's the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life.
is insane. People are nuts for Clive
I
sometimes.
know.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone's ever tried to replicate it. He's like he has to have like a disclaimer when he's doing a book signing. Like, if you cut yourself, you're ejected from the building. I am not signing an autograph if you cut yourself. Like I mean, that, as cool as that is, and as Clive Barker-esque as that is, you don't want to have the reputation as being the author that like
Yeah.
everybody can cut themselves. Sign an autograph in your blood. Like holy shit, that's so cool.
You're setting yourself up for that.
Most deaf. I was like part of his entourage, so I had to go to some of his book signings, and so he had one at Book Soup in West Hollywood, Los Angeles area. And, he was late, but like it made the staff mad. But he's like, I'm still signing everyone's autographs, and I'm still gonna talk to all my fans. And he stayed and kept his promise to everyone there, and it was gnarly. But I was there for his signing at Comic Con too in San Diego. It was a good time. But his line was massive. Like if you thought Atlanta was massive, like it like stretched. It was so long that they had to break it up like half. And some people from all over the world, like one day I hope my writings would touch people's lives like that. But
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I feel that way. Like some of the stuff that I've read from him is just has been literally become intertwined with my psyche and like literally become a part of my life. Some of his works of fiction, that's such a big deal. It's really cool that somebody exists on this planet that has like that Tolkien-esque appeal over people. Or I mean, J.K. Rowling was like that and whatever. Like fantasy is everything to me over horror, over anything else. I love that stuff. And he's such a perfect blend of both genres.
most definitely, indeed.
But so, why'd you pick Night of the Living Dead tonight, anyway?
It was a public domain movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it has been for a while. It used to be public domain, like based on like a loophole, like a copyright loophole that they had. Is it? Or by now, it probably is just aged enough to where it is public domain. I imagine.
Yep, from like 1968. And I googled it and researched it and saw which other public domain movies you can watch.
How does that work? I honestly, genuinely don't know. Like, if a film is old enough, it's gonna be public domain no matter what the film is,
It's possible.
Because of the copyright.
Yeah,
or it depends.
because
It varies.
Winnie
Okay.
the Pooh just came into the public domain this year,
Oh, okay.
and so Disney doesn't own the rights, I guess. So
Huh.
yeah,
So yeah, the copyright might have had a various stretch on a case-to-case basis. So, huh. Interesting. I genuinely didn't know that.
so we're only gonna watch those if. And I just wanted to get start like a film scene here in Daytona, because like Jacksonville has one, Tampa, Miami, they all have one. Like I don't know of anyone that's in Daytona, and we should have one. Like Zach Bennett's done some movies, and Sean Robbins made a movie. It's like I just wanted to create a platform for people to show their movies, talk about it, and sell it on the spot, autograph it, meet the filmmakers, the actors, the actresses, the editors, everyone in front of the screen and behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's a good idea for sure. I mean, not that long ago, like comedy, like really has a place in Daytona now. Not that long ago, that wasn't the case. Daytona, I've always regarded as essentially a cultural black hole. For some odd reason, it's always just divey and dirty, and any form of art just like evades this place. Like, it never takes place here for whatever reason. But ever since like the comedy scene really like stepped it up, and a lot of you guys, you, Zach, a lot of people have a lot to do with that. It takes work. It's like you're not just gonna like initiate something like that and it's just gonna catch on like wildfire. Like it takes years of work there's no reason why that couldn't be a film scene or something else in the arts in the local area. You know, people want it, and you can tell people strive for it, but for some odd reason, it's just like it's always been like a black hole to me around here.
And I guess it takes one, just one person or a group to start a fire. Like, do a spark, and everything will take off. And I just talked to the folks at the Daytona Entertainment District. That's it. It used to be a strip club down the street, Cheetahs, and they are all in it for like helping the arts, like the locals. And it's like it's about time. And so they're amazing folks, and I'm hoping to get them as my guests in the future. But we'll see what happens. They're good, genuine people, and it looks like a strip club still, but it's still they're focusing more on the arts than the strippers, which is fantastic.
I think right there, like you have something already.
Mhm.
Right off the bat, I felt something just based on the description of that. Like I think people would be interested in the blend of those two uh, arenas, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think there's something like eye catching there.
I think so too. Like I watched the Soft White Underbelly on YouTube. Have you guys watched that?
Yeah.
It's a guy that's pretty much on Skid Row, and he interviews homeless people, people that are on fentanyl, had rough childhoods, homeless folks. He interviewed like the most popular one that he has is going all the way to the Appalachian Mountains and interviewing some of the Appalachian folks, and it's crazy. Like they're just like inbred folks, and they're mentally challenged, most of them, and it's like really intense. But he breaks down like the social stigma of everything.
Yeah.
And it's like these people are human too, and it's about time someone shine a light on them. And like, hey, this is the soft white underbelly of America, and it's realistic because like everybody on social media is all about themselves and try to be Instagram models and flaunt like they're rich or something. But then like soft white underbelly is like the complete opposite, and it shows the real world of America, like from coast to coast, pretty much. He goes to Tampa sometimes. It's just wow. He's a cool dude. I definitely watch those interviews.
Nice. Yeah, I'm interested in that for sure.
Indeed. Well, we reached the 1 o'clock mark, and so that wraps up the nOg Irish Pubcast. Be sure to support the nOg and the arts in Daytona Beach and Pueblo, Colorado. That's where I'm from. And it's great talking about Jordan Peele and Clive and Jorge Romero and everything in between. It's been a pretty good episode.
Yeah. as-
Yeah.
Were you here for the suggestion for the next episode?
I wasn't.
Santa Claus conquers the Martians.
Santa Claus conquers the Martian.
Underrated.
Oh my God. Yeah, I guess that would be public domain for sure. Yeah, I definitely don't think anybody's gonna argue with you about showing that film. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, why not? That's pretty exciting. And yeah, we won't save it for December, but we'll watch it in August, hopefully. Should be fun. Indeed. Most definitely. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. And watch this later at home. And give it for the nod. And Andrew and Garrett and James. And we'll see you soon. You all take care of each other. Good night.